Hey everyone, it's Rara, and welcome back to the next exciting episode of Pikmin! Now, I have some rather unfortunate news to begin this episode with, and it's the fact that the audio you're listening to right now is pre-recorded. Now, why is that? Well, Audacity did not pick up my audio for episode 6, so now I have to... And I already saved over my save file without having a backup, so... The only solution here is for me to record audio and then play it over, the video. So in the end, I hope that it all syncs up well enough. I have to do my explanations and my quote-unquote reactions kind of fake, but I do hope you understand. I couldn't tell you what the issue was either. Audacity picked up my Blue Yeti, and I don't know, I thought it was recording the entire time. But apparently it wasn't, and now it is, so... It's just one of those things, alright? Anyways, on with the episode, I guess. Alright, so if you remember, in the last one, we went to the forest naval, yes, and we got the first 2 ship parts there, as well as unlocking blue Pikmin. And in this episode, we are going to return to the Forest of Hope and try to get the last remaining ship parts there. Now, I have no idea how this day is gonna go. Wink, wink. Alright, so for the beginning of the day, I feel like we should bring out roughly 40 reds or so. About that. Maybe, yeah, 40 is good. And then for yellows and blues, well, we want all of our blues because we're trying to get our blue numbers up, so we're taking out the full 25. And I'm not going to say the rest should be yellows. We're not going to take out the max. We can take out 35, but we want to, like I said, want to increase our blue populations. So we're just going to put away, I don't know, 10 of the yellows for roughly 90 on the field. I got kind of confused there with the numbers that it was showing, but when it said 90, it meant 90 in the onion. So I actually took out the perfect amount when it said 88. Okay, and so our plan here is to get all 3 of these ship parts. There's 2 on this side, and 1 way down there. If past me would have scrolled down, okay, yeah, I guess I eventually got to that. I don't even know what order. This is already a nightmare. And yep, I'm still looking at the map. I rambled for quite a while about map stuff, I guess. Wow, what is even happening here? Why am I spending so long on this map? I felt very nervous with this episode because it was my first, this is the first recording back since my last batch recording of episodes 2 through 5. It's been like a couple days later. Ah, yes, and sheer grubs can actually eat wood bridges that your Pikmin build on like subsequent days. So, take them out, don't let them do that. Luckily we didn't lose any Pikmin there. And oh god, I dropped a yellow in the water. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Oh, wonderful. We have saved the good boy. And that's sort of to make up for in episode 3 where we blew up the 1 yellow with the bomb rock. This time we're saving yellows. I find that to be more relevant because I just uploaded that episode today. And by the time you see this, that should be a few episodes back. Yeah, boy. Alright, so we went and we gathered up all of our boys. Alright, now we're just gonna go and attack some of these boys over here. And I feel like this was a big waste of time. I'm not gonna say how the day goes, but we definitely probably shouldn't have taken the stop there to kill those bulborbs, to be fair. And this one, I was being very cautious today. Cautious little Rara and his squad. Oh, get past the sleeping red bulborbs. It's a tight squeeze, but there's just enough space. And we gotta disband the pack. Oh god, it's like yellows. This is a weird camera angle, and there's like yellows in the blues. The split up in this game is garbage. Okay, so we take them around here, and oh, almost walked into the water with that yellow. Let's not do that, okay? Right? Come on, boys. And we just set our blues to push this box, just like in the impact site. Now let's huddle everybody up. I feel... I feel like the magic of this episode has been lost because it was so frantic and crazy. And you'll see what I mean in just a moment here. It's kind of a, you know, average Pikmin episode start for me. But we are about to... we are about to really get into some shit. You'll see. Okay. And I'm trying to get Pikmin across the bridge, but I don't have faith in my funneling skills with the C-stick, so I just start throwing Pikmin, and Pikmin fall into the water left and right. A couple reds die. Oh, yep, on both sides. I think we have, what, 7 deaths to water right there? Something like that. It's an atrocious start, but once I have enough... and then 2 more die right there. Oh, it's awful. It's awful. And here we come across the very first instance of the burrowing snagret, a bird/snake creature that comes out of the ground and eats 3 Pikmin at a time. Yeah. Obviously, I just lost a few Pikmin to it right there. And its weak point is its face. If you can get Pikmin on the face, you can do extra damage. You don't do so much to its scaly body. So the strategy here is, as it's burrowing out of the ground, sometimes like this right here, it gets stuck. So you swarm your Pikmin on its face and you do massive damage. Able to take it out in one fell swoop if you have a big enough party. So huzzah, we got the ship part. At least I'm pretty sure, right? Where's the ship part? It says it's right there. Okay. Oh, right! There's 2 of them. And I forgot the ship part is in the one that's furthest from you when you enter the arena. Making it so that you'll fight the first one, thinking maybe this is where maybe he has the ship part, and then he doesn't, and then realizing, oh, yep, I guess the second one's over here, and there's another one. Veteran players, you know, you could easily skip over the first one and just fight the second snagret. That'd be the smart thing to do. And even though I'm a veteran, you know, with time, things fade, and I've forgotten quite a bit of the strats. They came back to me, you know, like as I've been playing. Lots of things do seem to be coming back to me left and right, but I won't be like as I was before, for sure. You should have seen me in my heyday. I was a Pikmin beast. But anyways, killing the second burrowing snagret has gotten us access to the Geiger counter. Geiger counter? Well, however you pronounce that. Every spaceship needs one of these, but I don't actually know what it's for. Every once in a while it goes wild and lets out lots of noise, but I never pay much attention to it, so it doesn't do me much good. I really should pay... Oh, I missed it. I really should read the manual one of these days. Yeah, I went back... I rewound the footage just so I could voice over that. Just so that y'all got that too, okay. Oh, and then... I don't know if you caught that, but another Pikmin fell into the water over there and died, so we're just racking up the death count today. We've had way more Pikmin die today than any other, like, literally all the rest combined. So, you know, fantastic start overall. I'm pretty proud. And what happened was, like, it was a gruesome death too. Because if you rewind, you'll see that I think it was a yellow Pikmin went with a blue Pikmin to take back a blue pellet, and they took the shortest path to the onion for blue Pikmin, right through the water. So I saw as the yellow Pikmin fell to his death, thinking he's gonna be able to carry back the pellet and help out his blue brethren. It was pain. I was in a lot of pain at that moment, but, you know, still panicking, still nervously, you know, you've seen episode 2 and subsequent episodes. You know how I get with this game. At this point, we're taking back the Geiger counter the long way, because I don't have enough blue Pikmin anymore. At least blue Pikmin over here to carry it back. Since we only had 25 at the start of the day, and it takes, well, I guess it only takes 15 to carry, so maybe we did, I don't know. Regardless, I just had my guys take it, and oh my god, I forgot that they have to walk through the path of the bulb orbs, but luckily they're fine. Except for that blue who gets chomped on. Rest in peace. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm very irresponsible with my Pikmin today. But, you know, I saw that like 250 counter in the bottom right, and I thought, you know, I've got Pikmin to burn. Not remembering that I really wanted to build up my blue Pikmin counts for today, and spoilers, that doesn't go as well as I had hoped. Just keep in mind that we had 25 blue Pikmin when we started the day. And here we are, just sprouting a bunch. I'm an A-clicking fool. And for the most part, I've been able to replicate my thoughts on what I've been saying in the episode, but when I was picking those Pikmin right there, my mind was blanking. But, fortunately, now we're being interrupted by the Giger counter. This noisy gauge is always letting off spontaneous clicks and buzzes. I missed the audio or the video again. It can be kind of annoying. There we go. Yeah, I've got 9 out of 30 parts, blah blah blah. Luckily, I don't have to worry so much about audio syncing in this since it's not live commentary anymore. I can just rewind the footage as many times as possible because you know that this whole thing is pre-recorded audio. Or however would you call that? Post-recorded audio? Whatever. Regardless, my next mission is to take my blues over here through the pond of the harmless polywogs and get this bridge built because they're the only ones who can do it, obviously, since you can't bring other Pikmin into the water. So we've got to get that other ship piece. I don't know if we'll be able to get both ship pieces today because we got one. We still need 2 more, and we're over halfway through this day. I'm gonna have my blue Pikmin work on that and get the reds finishing that bridge. And there's also a sheer grub that I never killed that's still eating away at it, removing our progress even further, which is gonna prove to be kind of annoying. Just a little bit. But anyway, here we are. White sheer grub. Time to murder. And then, of course, all my Pikmin start carrying stuff back. I mean, I know I swarmed them onto them, so yeah, that's what their AI is telling them to do, but like, even if I didn't swarm them, I find it so weird and annoying that in Pikmin 1, if Pikmin are just in your party and they come across like a corpse, they'll just start picking it up. Like, even if you don't swarm them onto it or tell them to do it or anything. I really don't think that's a feature in any of the other Pikmin games, and it makes controlling your party just so random and hectic in this game. Because any little thing they walk over, be it grass, corpses, or pellets, you know, they will just interact. They will just pick it up and take it to their respective places, and it's not okay. It's not okay. That feature of Pikmin has gotten so many kills in the past. I've had points where it's like I have 99 Pikmin in the party, and 1 out of my party is like, where did it go? I guess it's just vibing on a wall that it somehow got stuck on, so, you know, death time. But anyways, we are just building up our numbers here, trying to wait for the blues to finish out the bridge, but they're taking forever. If I had successfully started the day by building up my numbers by killing some Bulborbs, then maybe we would have gotten the ship part faster. But I don't know. Who's to say how the past goes? But I think it's pretty obvious at this point that we don't really have time to get the final ship part. And I'm just sort of realizing this now in the recording myself, like past me is. And I'm coming over with a wave of dejection and failure. I mean, I'm not saying as such while it's happening, but you know, I've delegated myself to just getting this part and then dipping. I found my Sagittarius. My son gave this to me as a present. It brings to mind visions of my son back home on planet Hoctate. Oh, to be back there right now. Yeah, this is a non-required ship part. I'm like 90% certain. And I feel like so many of them sound like they're non-required, and I'll have to look it up. But on the last day, I think, that's when I'll tell you what all the non-required parts are. And, you know, do my little correction there. But until then, expect me to say like, oh, this doesn't seem required. Just over and over again. And we're waddling back in. I see that we have roughly 2 minutes, and I see that nectar, I see all these leaves, and I'm like, alright, we're not getting the last part. Let's just get some flower Pikmin, you know? Build up my army a little bit, make them stronger. And they're plucking away. And here we have the Sagittarius brought back to the dolphin. It's a nice little visual green jewel on the side. This was a gift from my son. He must be very worried about me. Yeah, how very insightful. Thanks. But we now have a third of all the ship parts. Just 2 more and he should be able to go to a new area. Rather than the Force of Hope and the Naval and Impact Site. Alright, plucking our dudes and just almost done with the day. I can end this this post-commentary and move on. And the most dejecting thing, the most depressing thing of all is, oh my god, there's a Glen Beetle, holy crap! Yeah, the most depressing thing of this all is that I'm wasting all this time and energy and vocal cord strength to record an episode that I've already recorded. And is secret, you know, probably worse given, you know, it's not like as genuine anymore, but, and wow, I threw Pikmin everywhere. That's harder than it looks, okay? I'm not gonna take any lip, just shush. That's a hard maneuver, and hitting the thing is not easy. Now, at the very end here, my final goal is to look for those last 2 blues, and oh yeah, they're kind of far. So, I even said this right there in the recording. I said, now you're gonna know what it looks like when a Pikmin gets left behind. Kind of evil, but you know what? I don't have the time to go get them. I mean, I easily did have the time, but I just wanted to show what happens when Pikmin get left behind, and it's only 2 of them, so, you know, like, whatever. Fortunately, that blue splits up right into the blue pellet as I wanted, and I just give them these little pellets before we end the day here, so we can get as many blue Pikmin as we can right before the end. Now, like I was saying earlier, you'd think with all this stuff I've given to the blues today that they'd, you know, we'd have like 50, 60, like a reasonable number. A much higher number than what we do end up with. Spoilers. And I think, oh, we'll kill this Bulborb real quick, and then, oh god, 10 seconds, oh no, time to run. So, all that I try to do here at the very end is just get my last Pikmin. And unfortunately, I can't pluck all of the Pikmin that are currently in the ground, because there's one straggler red who somehow got caught on the other side of that wall right there, which is, like, really annoying. But now that he's in my party, the only Pikmin left are the ones that are either around their onions or underground. And here we have 1 second. I am so close to getting the couple last ones, but just not. So in the next one, we're gonna have to come back here. The first thing I'll do is take those Pikmin out of the ground, and then we'll get our new numbers and get the last ship part. And I guess that will be the day where we severely increase our blue counts, because we didn't do a super fantastic job today, as you will see. Likely because we lost plenty of Pikmin in battle and left some behind. Yeah, munch, munch, munch. That's the cutscene right there, by the way, for at least the Force of Hope when Pikmin get left behind. Yeah, it's really depressing and sort of dark. It's like the blue Pikmin trips, and at the moment he trips, after being chased by the Bulborb, he feels the wave of dread come over his face, knowing that he'll probably die soon, which is an awful thought. And then he starts running it again and hope for a second, and then just, you know, murked with a Bulborb. It's terrible. Anyways, 6 days since impact. The Pikmin that did not bring back to the Onion all vanished overnight. It may well be that they have fallen prey to the planet's nocturnal creatures. An ugly thought. Perhaps that is why they follow me into the atmosphere. I am starting to grasp the cycles of life on this planet. Ah, here we are, our totals. So, as you can see, our reds and yellows went down a little bit, but our blues went up quite a bit. But overall, we still only have 39 blues when we started with 25, so just a 14 gain. But 21 lost in battle. 21. That's quadrupled our lost in battle totals, and we have our first ever left behind with those 2 blues. And we only sprouted 25, and we lost in battle and left behind 23 total, so we only had a net gain of 2 Pikmin today. But that, you know, it makes that so that our reds and yellows sort of evened out, and our blues, you know, the numbers, we've lessened the gap between them just a little bit. Anyways, that's enough for this episode, this catastrophic episode. I have been Rara, and I will catch you all on the next episode of Pikmin. Make sure to like and subscribe, or else I won't make another episode. That's not true in the slightest. I'm gonna keep doing that, but I'm obligated to say things like this because I'm a person who makes content on YouTube now. So yeah, bye. Peace. Yeah. I was saying peace. That's like my thing now. You know, I'm a peace guy. Yeah. Peace.